What's going on, Who Dat Nation? It is yours truly, TJ Jones, the host of the State of the Saints podcast. Thank you very much for checking out the State of the Saints podcast, where we talk New Orleans Saints. On this edition, we're going to be talking about wide receiver Michael Thomas, and is Michael Thomas becoming more trouble than he's worth? We're also going to be talking about the Saints quarterback position and life after Drew Brees. But I want to thank you all for checking out the State of the Saints podcast, making the State of the Saints podcast part of your Tuesday afternoon. And I just want to say to everybody out there that loves sports, I just want to let you all know that the State of the Saints podcast, even though the Saints have been eliminated from playoff contention and the NFL is almost over, we're still going to be having shows throughout the offseason. We're still going to have guests on the show. We're going to get NFL scouts to help you see where the Saints, draft position is and some of the need that they need at some of these important positions. And also the State of the Game podcast is going to be available as well. If you like all different types of sports, you want to hear me talk about different teams outside of the New Orleans Saints, then the State of the Game podcast will be for you. So check it out. A lot of great things going on. The State of the Saints, the State of the Game, TJ Knows Wrestling podcast. So the work still is going to go on throughout the offseason as we prepare for a better season in the 2021 year. But let's go ahead and talk about Michael Thomas. Let's talk about Michael Thomas. Michael Thomas has been the topic of conversation among the Who Dat Nation as well as the national media. And a lot of people thought that Michael Thomas threw shade at legendary quarterback Drew Brees this past Sunday watching the NFC Championship game when he was watching the Green Bay Packers versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We all know that cornerback Carlton Davis, the cornerback of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and Michael Thomas, they do not like each other. Okay, Carlton Davis last matchup got the best of Michael Thomas. Michael Thomas was held to 0 catches, 0 yards in the game. You know, we in the Who Dat Nation, we understand what was going on with Michael Thomas. We knew that Michael Thomas needed surgery. At the time, we knew he was hurt. But Michael Thomas, watching the game, was trolling Carlton Davis throughout every time he would get beat by Devontae Adams or another Green Bay Packer wide receiver. And he was also talking about some of the coverage that they were actually playing. And the comment actually seemed like he was taking a shot at Drew Brees because he mentioned the lack of explosive plays down the field. He said something on the borderlines of anybody can play a certain coverage, close to the sticks if he knows that the quarterback is not going to throw the ball over their heads. So a lot of people felt there was, a shot at Drew Brees and his lack of arm strength. That has been the topic of conversation among Who Dat Nation members and the national media once again. But look, I was going to go in and chime in on social media about my feelings about this because some of you are taking Michael Thomas comments way too far, okay? I'm seeing people saying all type of stupid stuff. And I'm just being honest. Like, people know I don't talk like this, but it's absolutely asinine and stupid that anybody would even consider trading or getting rid of Michael Thomas for what he said about Drew Brees. Okay? What he said about Drew Brees, that would be absolutely positively ridiculous that any member of the Who Dat Nation would say that we need to get rid of him. And that also speaks to how spoiled the Who Dat Nation is at times. How can you try to get rid of a guy who had over 149 receptions, 1,700 yards, and, had more catches than any other wide receiver in his first 5 seasons? You all want to eliminate that production because you all up in your feelings because every time somebody says anything critical about Drew Brees, you're ready to shout from the mountaintops, get rid of him. Well, let's go ahead and explore what Michael Thomas said a little further, can we? Now, Michael Thomas said that anybody can guard a wide receiver if he knows for a fact that the quarterback isn't going to throw over their heads. How many times in the Who Dat Nation on this show, on Deuce Winham's show, on Big Q's show, on CB Who Dat Nation Chatline show, on Who Dat Davis show, How many? I mean, the list goes on and on. T-Bob Hebert off the bench. You know what I'm saying? How many times have we heard people having these conversations about Drew Brees' lack of arm strength and his inability to throw the ball down the field? Who in the hell do people think they are that they can't see that Drew Brees does not have the arm strength? You rather talk about it among your friends, but don't say it out loud? Does that make it any less true that Drew Brees can't throw the ball down the field? Does it make it any less true? Okay, I got on a hat, all right? I got on a hat. If I don't mention that I got on a hat, does that defeat the fact that I have on a hat? No. You know what I'm saying? I'm black. You know what I'm saying? If I don't acknowledge the fact that I'm black, does that mean that I'm not black? No. Drew Brees throwing the ball down the field, it has been very, very sporadic. And we know this. But we're whining and boo-hooing. They talk about my quarterback, Drew Brees. Every single time. But you're talking about Drew Brees. And you're talking about his lack of arm strength. And a newsflash to everybody out there, the season is over. Okay? The season is over. So all bets are off. Okay? You're hearing about guys being injured throughout the season, playing very limited throughout the season. Everybody tells what's going on with themselves or others at the end of the season. It happens, man. How many times have we heard about different players? Last year, for example, Alvin Kamara told everybody that he was playing at 71%. And yet, here come people, man, I don't believe what he's saying. I don't believe what he's saying. We need to trade Alvin Kamara, man. I don't know. He took a step back. Sounding stupid. Now this man around here, borderline offensive player of the year. How many times do we have to go through this? How many times do I have to keep telling some of you members of the Who Dat Nation to get out your damn feelings? This is about production. This is about who can take your team to the next level. And excuse me, and excuse Michael Thomas for stating the obvious, but Drew Brees can't get the ball down the field at a consistent rate anymore. So just because you don't want to say it out loud and you don't want people to say it outside of your house does not mean that it ain't true. Michael Thomas spoke facts. It's a fact. It's proven. Michael Thomas has said it. National media has said it. Local media has said it. I've had several guests here on the State of the Saints podcast, and everybody says the same thing. And even if you ask Drew Brees himself, if he was being real, he would tell you the same thing. So for all those people out there that are talking about trading Michael Thomas, please take your armchair GM hat off, sit your ass down, and appreciate the greatness that is Michael Thomas. And for all those idiots out there that are saying, man, well, anybody can do what Michael Thomas is doing in a Sean Payton system. Well, afford me this. Why is it that it took so long for us to find a wide receiver that give you this type of production? Why is it that Marcus Colston, as great as he was, wasn't giving you this type of production? Somebody please explain to me. Why wasn't Robert Meacham giving you that type of production? Why wasn't Devery Henderson giving you that type of production? Why wasn't Joseph Morgan giving you this type of production? Or Willie Snead? Or Brandon Cooks? Why is it that all those other guys couldn't do what Michael Thomas is doing at an alarming rate? Do you not understand that this man is catching almost 80% of his catches? Do you not understand that this guy broke a reception record that was held by Marvin Harrison for 17 freaking years? Do you understand that this guy led the league in receiving yards when he was healthy? Do you understand that this guy was offensive player of the year at the wide receiver position, a dependable position? Do you not understand that this guy went into games, game in, game out? The defense of the other team knew exactly what the Saints wanted to do, and they could not stop it. And yet y'all sitting up here like some idiots, like some fools. Man, we need to get rid of Michael Thomas, man. Man, he a distraction. Man, look, there's this old saying, and I'm pretty sure if you watch Undisputed, you heard Shannon Sharpe say it on several occasions. They'll tolerate you until they can replace you. And this type of production that Michael Thomas is giving up, it is hard to replace. So I know some of you fans are probably not old enough to appreciate the bad old days. And the only thing that y'all remember is a whole bunch of winning. But as for me, I can remember the bad times when the Saints couldn't catch a cold in 40 below zero. I can remember when the Saints, they couldn't pass a car in traffic. You know what I'm saying? I remember those days. I remember when the Saints couldn't stop a nosebleed. And the offense was just an absolute embarrassment. So some of you, all you know is production. So all you think is, well, they need to get rid of this person. They need to get rid of this person. Man, y'all sound stupid. And y'all know I don't say stuff like this all the time on State of the Saints podcast, but I call a spade a spade. Anybody that's out here talking about Michael Thomas needs to be removed for his truth telling about Drew Brees, all I got to say to you is remove your armchair quarterback hat and please stop seeing a world with rose-colored glasses. It is so obvious that Drew Brees' arm strength is lacking and he could not throw the ball down the field. How many quarterbacks got to come into the game to throw the ball deep for y'all to understand that he can't do it consistently? I love Drew Brees, but a fact is a fact. And I don't care who I hurt by saying this, it's the truth. It is the truth. Let's go ahead and look at some of these comments. Lasso says, and broke the wide receiver record in history. That's right. Dill Pickle says Drew Brees needs to retire. I said that before, and I think Drew knows it himself. I just feel like Drew is just trying to do the right thing. He's trying to give the NFL their, their time, getting ready for the Super Bowl. He doesn't want that to be a distraction. Class act move by Drew Brees. But like I said, I stand by what I said. Even if Drew Brees said, I want to come back one more year, run it back. Yeah, let him run it back somewhere else. It's time to move on. Jared Williams says, I can't wait for Tom Brady to lose the Super Bowl. Well, look, Tom Brady making it to the Super Bowl was just incredible, man. And it also just ticks you off as a Saints fan that the Saints have been trying for the last 4 years to make it to the Super Bowl. Here, Tom Brady, 43 years old, coming to the division 1 year and go to the Super Bowl. I mean, it's just absolutely downright, pathetic. You know what I'm saying? Like it just ticks me off. Let me change the logo. I forgot to change the logo here. But anyway, let's move on. Miles says, I just got my T jersey on Christmas. We better not trade him. If they trade him, they dumb. And then also, man, look, I need people to understand what they're saying too, because you sound even more dumb. That you don't realize if the Saints were to trade Michael Thomas, that it would cost them about $20 million against the cap. So you might want to stop saying that because you're really telling everybody that you don't know a damn thing was going on. You know what I'm saying? At least when you give a take, at least do some research on it. I know some people have hot takes, but some of the hot takes, man, you got to make sure that you actually do some research to figure this out because you sound crazy. We need to get rid of Michael Thomas, but what we going to do about the cap? Come on, man. Like, how the hell you going to talk about the salary cap and then talk about trading Michael Thomas? Like, come on, man. Come on. Step your game up. Michael Thomas, when healthy, is the best receiver in the entire league in the story. Absolutely. The numbers reflected. The yards reflected. I don't care. I don't care what y'all talking about. I mean, he was telling the truth. And as far as old boy talking, if Mike was healthy, he would have balled out of his ass. That's true. Nobody worry about no Carlton Davis. Carlton Davis, like this dude is like one of the most overrated cornerbacks in football. Like, I mean, he do a good job for the most part, but this dude ain't no lockdown, shutdown corner. This dude gets smoked at least about 3 or 4 times a game. And anybody that's a relatively elite wide receiver, you know what I'm saying, can beat this dude. This man got beat on one-on-one coverage by Devontae Adams. He had to basically grab onto Adams in order for him to stop from catching the ball, and the guy still caught it. Carlton Davis, he all right, but I don't know. He ain't thorough, man. He ain't built like that. He also caught passes from other quarterbacks that wasn't named Drew Brees. Exactly. People forget about the year where he caught 149 balls that he caught passes from Taysom Hill and Teddy Bridgewater for 5 games. And for all those people are saying, well, it's all about Drew Brees. It's about Drew Brees. Well, if you look at Teddy Bridgewater over the past 5 games and Drew Brees over 5 games span, you would have saw that his numbers were virtually identical. And in some even other statistical categories, he was actually better when Teddy Bridgewater was at quarterback. So for anybody that's saying, okay, he's just a system guy, you might want to take a look at stuff like that. Once again, look, I don't mind people having hot takes, but some of the stuff that y'all say just don't make sense. Don't make sense in the grand scheme of things if you look at it. Mike T has a right to speak his mind, just like all of us. Just like all of us. We all have a right to speak our mind. You know? Super Bowl appearance, Bucks 2, Aints 1. Well, y'all still got to win. The Falcons got 2 Super Bowl appearances, lost. Carolina got 2 Super Bowl appearances, lost. So, look, man, I'm not mad at Tampa. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at the silver lining in this. Tampa, as an African-American, man, they got a relatively all-black coaching staff. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? So a part of me, you know what I'm saying, want to see those guys succeed. Todd Bowles, Byron Leftwich, you know what I'm saying, special teams coach. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So from looking at that, you know what I'm saying, I'm rooting for him. But at the same time, like I don't know, man. Look, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Look, y'all got to win it. Y'all got to win it. And you know what I'm saying? Like, and you know the thing about Tampa, you know, they want to sit up here and talk noise and act like they knew what was going to happen the whole entire time. Man, look, anything outside of the wild card round, if y'all would have lost in the division, the NFC championship game, anything else after the wild card round is pretty much, you know what I'm saying, like just extra credit. Like, y'all know damn well y'all weren't going to no Super Bowl. Like, if you would have asked, y'all would have thought that y'all was better, but y'all didn't think y'all was going to go to the Super Bowl. Like, stop playing with yourself. Stop joking. When y'all was getting y'all ass beat by some of the best teams in the National Football League, y'all didn't have in the back of y'all mind that y'all was going to go to the Super Bowl. Like, let's just be serious about this. Y'all, look, I'm happy for y'all at the same time. I mean, y'all haven't been to the playoffs outside of this, you know what I'm saying, since I was in college, you know what I'm saying, with a meal plan. So I can appreciate the fact that y'all happy. But don't come up here acting like just because y'all got 1 year of success means that negates that y'all been sucking for the last 13 years. Like, seriously, man, the Philadelphia Eagles went to the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? And ain't really did nothing since. The Falcons then went to the Super Bowl and ain't did nothing since. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all made it. You know what I'm saying? I understand that y'all happy, but don't make it seem like y'all just leaps and bounds better than the Saints because y'all beat the Saints one time. Don't forget, you know what I'm saying? We still won the division. And if, you know what I'm saying, if probably Drew Brees, Michael Thomas weren't dealing with some of the issues they was dealing with, y'all would have got y'all ass beat again. So appreciate the fact that y'all caught the Saints at the best time that y'all can catch them, because 9 times out of 10, y'all would have got y'all ass beat if Drew Brees would have been close to 100%, and then Michael Thomas would have been close to 100%. There's no way in the world y'all would have been nowhere near a Super Bowl, because everybody knows if we played y'all 10 times, we would have beat y'all 7 at least, or even 8. So enjoy your time, but don't come up in here acting like y'all knew it all along. Y'all overachievers. Anything outside of the wild card round, y'all overachieve, and you know it. You know it. I hope we trade Pete. Yeah, that wouldn't be bad. BA even said it. Yep, absolutely. Torn rotator cuff is damn near impossible to play through. And if he did the same, and Sean let him play, that's a damn shame he did the team like that. Well, look, Drew Brees is Drew Brees. Drew Brees is a competitor. He going to fight. He's gritty. You know what I'm saying? He going to do whatever he has to do in order to get himself on the field. But at the same time, you know, I do understand where people are coming from. Yeah, I feel like this. I feel like Drew Brees is a warrior, but I'll be lying to you if I say that in some cases Drew Brees don't think about himself. I mean, they're football players. They all have egos. I don't care what anybody says. Drew Brees came back for that Kansas City Chiefs game because he realized that he was going to retire, and he knew that's probably going to be the last time he get an opportunity to go toe-to-toe with Patrick Mahomes. I think that was on the mind of Drew Brees, going up against Patrick Mahomes, the young dog versus, you know what I'm saying, the old guard. and he wanted to go out there and go toe-to-toe with Patrick Mahomes. That was something that he felt that was on his bucket list. It wasn't in the best interest of the New Orleans Saints, not at that particular time. Now, Drew Brees being on the field is in the best interest because he gives you the highest probability to win. But if you was to ask Drew Brees, if you was to put him on a polygraph test and you was to ask him, did you come back because you felt like your team needed you, or you wanted to come back because you felt that you wanted to go toe-to-toe with Patrick Mahomes? I guarantee you that polygraph test would jump if he said, I want to come back for my team, would be the first priority. It probably was the second priority, but it wasn't the first. It wasn't. That was his opportunity for the very last time because he knew that was the last chance he got to – that was the last chance that he got to go toe-to-toe with Patrick Mahomes because, the Saints won't play them. You know what I'm saying? They won't play them for another 4 years. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers have the lowest win-loss percentage, 0.393 in the NFL regular season. At Josh Wood, I guess Bucs podcast must be boring. Xavier says, laughing, you're using your mama money, Josh. Kim says, Brian Davis, and got a little help with the flag that haven't been thrown all game. Look, man, like I said, man, they're in the Super Bowl, but like I said, that's just pathetic. That's like to me, right? That's like somebody if you playing basketball, right? It's like you playing basketball with your little brother, right? And y'all doing like the best of 5, right? And then you beating them the whole entire time, like, you saying? You switching shots. And all of a sudden you just get cold, right? You go cold. And then all of a sudden, like, your little brother just hit a hook shot, put it over his head and it falls into the rim. And he like, oh yeah, I won. And he be like, run it back again. Oh no, man, I don't want to run it back no more. I won. That's basically what this is. You know what I'm saying? The Saints was busting their tail the entire time. And like I said, they caught him at the right time. And they, like they did what they needed to do to win. I'm not going to take it away from them. But for them to say that, oh, like we better than y'all. No, y'all not. You know what I'm saying? Like this is the thing. This is the greatness of the NBA, right? You know definitively that a team is better than another team because there's a 7-game series, right? If that was a 7-game series in football, the Saints would whoop y'all ass. You know what I'm saying? Like the Saints will win the series. That's just what it is. It's one and done. How many times have we seen in the NCAA tournament, we seen a team knock off one of the top teams in the country? Does that mean that George Mason, I take them because, they had a magical run back in the day. Does that mean that George Mason was better than Duke, North Carolina, Michigan State? No, it does not. That just means they were better than them on that day. You know what I'm saying? They made the plays, more plays than that particular team. But if they was to play that game more than once, they probably would lose 4 times, win once, and probably win once. It'll be a game 5. That, like, look, they're in the Super Bowl, but they not better than the Saints. They not. They're not better than the Saints. They beat the Saints, when it mattered, right? But they not better than the Saints. And I don't even feel like that's me having sour grapes. You know what I'm saying? It just true. Sometimes you catch teams at bad times, or you catch a team slipping, or you make more plays than them, and you win. That don't mean you better than them. I stand by what I said. The Saints were better than the Buccaneers. Phil, thank you very much for the $4.99. Says, okay, Josh, do it without AB, TB12, Gronk, Godwin, Evans, Fournette, and Ronald. Go to the Super Bowl now without those weapons next year. Y'all can't. Trash. Well, like I said before, they're not better than the Saints. They won when it mattered most. You know what I'm saying? I give them that. But for them to sit up here and grandstand, and make it seem like they just, like they just leaps and bounds better, like, man, y'all just overachieved. Y'all slipped on a banana peel in this case. Big Wick, thank you very much for the $5, man. I appreciate that. Why y'all home? Because we lost to y'all. But how many times have we beat y'all in the regular season? Come on, dude. Like, seriously. Let's do it. Like, seriously, man. Like, if you believe that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are better than the New Orleans Saints, like, you out your damn mind. Let's see. The Prince says, Breezy L Bro. I guess giving a shout on YouTube. Y'all click on that link, check it out. I don't know exactly what that is. Tom Brady is the GOAT. We are the champions. Hey, y'all acting like that's actually hurting somebody. It's not hurting me. Like I said, the New Orleans Saints are better than the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I stand by that. You're always speaking facts, TJ, but at the end of the day, they're in the Super Bowl, homie, and I bleed black and gold. Yeah, like I said, they caught the New Orleans Saints at the right time. You know what I'm saying? Like, they did what they needed to do in order for them to make it to the Super Bowl. I'm not taking it away from them, but I still stand by that. It don't, like, why are we trying to pretend that, you know what I'm saying, like, we don't see teams go up against other teams in a do-or-die situation, and a team that you didn't think was going to win end up winning. It happens. I mean, like I said, I'm at the same time, I want, you know what I'm saying, like, they're in the Super Bowl, happy for it. Like I said, I talked about Ty Bowles, I talked about Byron Leftwich, you know what I'm saying? I'm happy for that dynamic, you know what I'm saying? African-American coaches, the first time, you know what I'm saying, in history, this is happening. You know what I'm saying? Like, they playing in a home game in a stadium. That's the first time that happened. And I'm pretty sure they excited about it. But, you know, you call it salty all you want to. You can call it salty all you want to, but it's just reality. They're not better than the Saints. Josh became a fan a few weeks ago, dude. Not a fan. Chosen man, look, thank you very much for the $1.99. Like I said, I just feel like that just, you know, if you want to spend money, you know what I'm saying, keep the money pouring in and donate to a Saints show, that's fine, you know. And if you want to feel like his team is better, that's fine too. I mean, they're in the Super Bowl, I ain't going to knock that, but I stand by what I said. Saints were a quarterback away from the Super Bowl, basically. And like I said, man, they sold for riches anyway, you know. And we know, like, this is not going to be a reoccurring thing for him. Tom Brady doesn't win a Super Bowl. People on his team win the Super Bowl. Yep. Well, I can't even say that, man. Tom Brady being on that Tampa Bay Bucs team helped catapult them over that hump. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to say that. You know, his presence did mean something. You know, the plays that he was able to make in certain situations, him to galvanize some of them games, you know what I'm saying, help his team get over that hump. I give him his credit for that. I just don't feel like they were better than the Saints. Do you think the Saints should cut Janoris Jenkins? No, I do not. Derek says, what if Tampa losing the Super Bowl? What are these Tampa Bay fans, Patriot fans going to say then? Well, you know, I don't know. But I mean, it's going to be an interesting game. I don't think they're going to get blown out or nothing like that. And I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I think they're going to be going back and forth, probably late in the game. Ghostface Gorilla said, TJ, I'm the GOAT. I take the Browns to the Super Bowl every day. Man, Ghostface, thank you very much, man. I appreciate that. Kim, 3-time champions. Weathersby, for real. Nolan says, bruh, why do Bucs fans have to invade us all the time? Just want to know. Because I'm so good at what I do. That's what it is. You know? I mean, I'm good at what I do over here. And they enjoy the commentary here on the State of the Saints podcast. So I appreciate it. But, you know, the fact that, you know, they want to, you know, sit up here and throw salt in the wound because they want to make people mad, you know, this showed me, you know, how long for, like, seriously, man, you know, I've been doing this show going on 3 years now. I rarely ever see a Buccaneers fan. This is the first time, like, in a long time I've ever seen, like, Buccaneer fans coming to the State of the Saints podcast consistently. Like, and, you know, that says something to me. You know, that's very alarming to me that fans wait till their team is winning in order for them to jump and come into, you know, different, you know what I'm saying, rival teams' pages. You know, I mean, I don't understand it. But, like I said, I just feel I understand they're excited about going to the Super Bowl. I really do, but I don't know, man. I'm like, where's this energy over the last couple of years? Like, I only knew maybe like 3 Tampa Bay Buccaneers fans. And I'm pretty sure they was out there, but they was quiet. And like I said, they overachieved. If you would have asked, like, honestly, if you would have asked any Tampa Bay Buccaneer fan, y'all going to the Super Bowl, like, if they would have, I guarantee you, they would have been like, man, look, we probably going to go to the playoffs and we can build from there. I've heard them say that. You know what I'm saying? Like, at least, you know what I'm saying? We have Super Bowl aspirations every single year, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, you ask us, like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? This is our year. We confident about it. You ask the Tampa Bay Buccaneer fans to say it with their whole chest at the beginning of the season. I guarantee you they wouldn't be able to say it at all. Blue Apples, thank you very much for the $5. Says, I will miss Drew Brees versus Matt Ryan showdowns. Too bad we didn't see that matchup. Well, I could have dealt without that. We used to Falcon fans, but man, I'm not used to these Bucks. Well, look, the thing about it is, man, I don't even despise Bucks fans like, you know what I'm saying, like I do Falcon fans. And you know what I'm saying, like, they're in our division. A part of me is kind of excited for the fan base because they ain't really had nothing to cheer for. I'm being serious. Like, if this was the Falcons, bruh, I don't know how I'll be able to do these shows. My goodness. I don't know how I'll be able to do it, man. But I don't know, man. Tampa is like that little brother, you know what I'm saying, like, that's been clanging and banging, you know what I'm saying, and got a little swole, got a little muscle or something like that. And he finally be able, if y'all doing a little tussle, finally be able to knock you down on the ground for the first time. That's kind of like what it is, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like that little brother that's, that's trying desperately, trying to let you know that he exists. That's kind of what Tampa is to me. And it's cute, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's cute, right? Y'all got little brothers and little sisters and stuff like that, and they try to challenge you every now and then, you know what I'm saying? And they might get the best of you, like I said. I used that analogy about that hook shot, and they might go crazy and stuff like that and all excited that they finally beat you outright. But it's still cute because you know for a fact that you're going to eventually be smacking them around once again. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the way I feel about it. You know what I'm saying? You're proud of them and stuff. You part of you like, okay, you know what I'm saying? All right, little man, got him. He got me. But, I don't even look at, the Bucks as like the Saints' biggest rival. Like, I don't. Like, I choose the Falcons, Panthers, then the Bucks. Like I said, the Bucks are like, their little brother. That's what they remind me of. They're that little brother that finally beat you in a game of basketball, horseshoes, Connect Four, checkers, like that. But I appreciate it. Archangel is here, says, I'm here if we're winning or losing. And I got respect for this man. You know what I'm saying? This is one Falcon fan that I do have respect for, because this man is in here no matter what the record is, talking stuff. Okay, that's the true fan to me. Somebody that's there through the good times and the bad. He up in this thing. Ticking off Saints fans. That I can respect, and that's one of the main reasons why when people tell me, that's why when people tell me like, man, why you get rid of them? Like, that's the reason. That's the reason I don't. Anybody that's consistent, you know what I'm saying, with they petty, win or lose, they can roll here on the State of the Saints podcast. As long as you're consistent with it. I don't need, and when I start seeing new names and Tampa fans, you know what I'm saying, coming up that I've never seen before in my entire life, I started like wondering, like kind of raised the people's eyebrow a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the hell going on here? But TJ, the harsh reality is that if the Bucks win, they will have more Super Bowls than the Saints. That's true. But at the same time, the clock is right. Well, what they say, a dead clock is right twice a day. So, that don't mean much. As an overall franchise, they still not very good. I mean, but we're not either. But we're not the Bucks. If they get beat by the Chiefs, they're going to go right back into hiding. They better not lose and coming for their heads. Well, I got a feel, like, I hate to say it, but I got a feeling they're going to win. I know I shouldn't say that, but I really got a feeling they're going to end up winning this Super Bowl. TJ always here, Bucks win or lose. Yeah, Bucks goal game always in here, man. Called the show a couple times. Like I said, I appreciate that. I got a feeling they're going to beat the Kansas City Chiefs, though. I really do. Angela says, I like to see Jameis put a stop to his former team next year. I'll be smiling, eating W's, and getting out and going out for crab legs with him. Well, I think a lot of people, want to see Jameis in a Saints uniform to see what he can do in a full season. I really do. You know what I'm saying? I would love to see what Jameis Winston can do. But, I don't want to see a whole bunch of interceptions in the process. Chemo says, I'm the type to keep the pass where it's at, but where was Josh when we beat them Bucks like they stole our mama's purse? I don't know, man. I have to go back. I have to see if Josh was on the show. Josh says, I donate to you and all, TJ. Come on, bro. Yeah, Josh, you do donate to the show. You do donate, you know what I'm saying? And I do appreciate that. And I'm not just talking, to you directly. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about Tampa Bay fans in general. You know what I'm saying? I just want to know where they was at. That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, why you wasn't with them shooting in the gym? You know what I'm saying? Like, why wasn't you with them through the bad times? And why wasn't you consistent with the petty? Like, I'm talking about, man, around this time last year, Tampa Bay fans humbly church mice, hat in hand and everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, you rarely ever heard them say anything at all. But now it's like, oh man, we out here, man, y'all suck. Like, come on, bro. Come on, man. That's like the wino clean up for one day. You put a suit on and look at you like you're a peasant. You know what I'm saying? Dude, did we not just see you sleeping next to the side of this corner store yesterday? You know what I'm saying? Just because you put some some pomegranate on your head and, you know what I'm saying, slick back your hair and put a new suit on, don't mean that we ain't just see you. You know what I'm saying? Like, we know what you are. We know what you've been. It's Chief Nation. Bucks Gold game respect. Yeah, Bucks Gold game always been here. I just don't like that the Bucks have trash talk on us now, especially if they win. They will have 2 Super Bowls to our 1. Smack, no, man, this is a nightmare. Well, look, it happens. It happens when your team underachieves and another team goes all out and does whatever they have to do to win. You know what I'm saying? Like, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they went for broke. They signed 1-year deals. They took chances on former star players. You know what I'm saying? They went out there, you know what I'm saying? They built themselves a young defense. They got themselves one of the best defensive coordinators in football, a very decent up-and-coming, at this time average, but he's still up-and-coming offensive coordinator. So they took chances, and the Saints didn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, you still up there with the same old song and dance. Can't get over the hump. Bad play calling, inconsistency at the offensive line position, inconsistency, you know what I'm saying, at the quarterback position from time to time. You know what I'm saying? Like, not being able to stretch the field. Like, that stuff important, man. Like, you got to be able to stretch the field. Like, sometimes, those nip and tuck games can cost you, because your inability to throw the ball, down the field, have separation versus your opponent, keeping them in games. So, I don't know. It's a combination of things. That's one thing I can say about Tampa, man. Jason Light did an outstanding job going for broke. This man went to Vegas, put it all on black. And you know what I'm saying? He left that casino as a winner. And I think sometimes you have to do that. You got to be able to take some chances. And Tampa did. And I can't knock him for that. A part of me, you know what I'm saying? A part of me is I'm, a part of me is really ticked off, you know what I'm saying? And, that we've had such great teams over the last couple of years, and we got some T-shirts in the process, some division championships, but it's not what we wanted. I guarantee you, man, if you ask any real diehard Saints fan, they will trade every last one of those division titles for a shot at the Super Bowl. We ain't even got to win, right? You know what I'm saying? How good would you have felt even if the Saints would have went to the Super Bowl And you know what I'm saying? Even if they would have lost, you would have been like, you know, at least they went. You know what I'm saying? Like, at least, you know what I'm saying? At least they made it. But for you to like have all that talent, great coaching staff, all them wins, and have nothing but a bunch of t-shirts to, I mean, that's depressing, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. You know, that's frustrating too. Inconsistency. Thank you very much for the $2. Says I'm always flexing on them Saints. Yeah, you definitely do that. Chosen. Thank you very much for 499. Says all them damn draft picks they got from losing. They better be in the Super Bowl over 10 years of losing. Something gotta change. Yeah, that is true, man. You know, if you have a decent front office, you're all like look at the Cleveland Browns. You know what I'm saying? Like all that losing finally paid off. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you finally fix your front office. I think about the Arizona Cardinals back in the day, back in 2007. They went to the Super Bowl. I want to say 2007, 2008, something like that. You know, all that losing. If you hitting it out the park, you know what I'm saying, with the draft picks, it's only a matter of time. And I'm not going to say that these guys are going to go back to the back of the line. I think that was a little bit too harsh of a take because they got some talent on that football team, man. They got some talent. So they're going to be contenders, you know what I'm saying, for the next couple of years. Now, you know, I think the division probably going to go back to Saints winning one, Falcons winning one, Panthers winning one. I think that's probably what it's going to be. Josh, you wearing the training bra. Come on, man. Come on, man. Keep it classy up in here. Nobody likes you, not even TJ, going cry. Well, look, I won't say I don't like Josh. You know, I mean, look, like I said, at the same time, I understand it. Like, I don't expect for anybody to, you know, that's a fan of a team to come in and not want to rep for their team. But, you know, I just need people to help me out here. You know, I just be wondering where that enthusiasm was at. You know, not Josh in particular, but just some of the things I've seen. You right, TJ. Bucks fans were always quiet as house mice up until recently. They always true bandwagon fans, and every NFL fan, including themselves, know it. Well, I don't even want to say that they bandwagon fans. You know, I'm just saying, man, like there was a level of embarrassment, right? You know what I'm saying? Because maybe your team wasn't winning and you were embarrassed by it. But now they're winning. Now all of a sudden you want to sit up here and brag and boast. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, man. Like rep your team, win, lose, or draw. You know, like don't just be repping your team just because they winning. You know what I'm saying? Like have that same type of energy, win, lose, or draw. That's all I'm saying. It's hard for me to respect anybody that does that, right? You know what I'm saying? Like they're just grandstands. And like I said, I'm not saying it's Josh. I know it ain't. I know, you know what I'm saying, it ain't Bucks Gold game. Like he been here since the beginning. I'm talking about individuals that just rep and go hard, but just been, like I said, just quiet. They ain't say nothing. TJ Truth, I believe this will be a pass of the torch type Super Bowl, hand for a hand. Brady now is the first quarterback to bring a home team to a bowl in their hometown, but he will lose the bowl to Patrick Homeboy. Well, diehard Saints fan, look, this does remind me of some old Roman Reigns versus Undertaker WrestleMania type stuff right here. You know, Roman Reigns, the next big dog, you know what I'm saying, the next big thing in WWE, and then you got the Undertaker on his way out, and you know, Undertaker lose and put all this stuff down in the ring, and he was supposed to retire then, but you know, he didn't. But that's kind of what this remind me of. And you know, also makes me wonder about the NFL, but I digress. Maybe I shouldn't say that, but hey, Everett says I'm not going to make but we miss Latavius Murray and Taysom Hill in that divisional game. I think we miss Taysom more than Latavius. I think Taysom would have helped out tremendously. I think they could have did okay without Latavius because I think Ty Montgomery did okay. Benson used to question Sean Payton's play calling We need Gayle and Mickey to do the same. I don't want to say Tom Benson. Nah. What's it called? Rita Benson LeBlanc did. Her and Sean didn't get along at all. You know what I'm saying? But Sean, like the Saints at that particular time, like, man, I do miss Rita Benson LeBlanc. You know what I'm saying? I hate that things kind of turned out the way that they did, you know, all that scandal. Y'all know what I'm talking about if you're following that, you know, like before Tom Benson died, you know, he basically cut ties with his family, man, and left the team to Gayle. Because at that time, like when he was in his older age, Rita Benson LeBlanc, who is Tom Benson's granddaughter, she was actually running the day-to-day operations and did a good job. But at the same time, she was like holding Sean accountable, man. Like, and Sean didn't really like her that much, and neither did Mickey Loomis. But you need that, man. Like, you don't need a coach. Don't need to feel like they just too comfortable, right? You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like if they feel like they too comfortable, that's when they're gonna start taking things for granted. And, you know, maybe they be coaching lazy and because they feel like, what they going to do? Fire me? I ain't going nowhere. You know, I just think that maybe Gayle Benson is a little bit too buddy with Sean Payton. You know what I'm saying? Allow him to have too much freedom. You know, the inmates are pretty much running the asylum at this particular point. But luckily, you know what I'm saying, Sean Payton has been generating success for the New Orleans Saints winning regular season games. Now, I'm not on board with people talking about, well, if this was some other team, if this was New York, Philadelphia, they would have got fired by now. Look, man, Sean Payton don't need to get fired. If Sean Payton get fired on Sunday, he going to have a job on Monday. I think people need to understand that and appreciate the coach that he is. But I do think sometimes he takes chances that he wouldn't take if he had an owner that would put his foot to the fire. I think that that's something I always think that you always need that one person that is going to push you, right? They might tick you off in the process, but they're going to bring something out of you that you probably didn't think that you had. You know, you need that. And I don't know. Sean, you know what I'm saying? Like Sean Payton don't have that in New Orleans. I think he feels like almost it seems like he owned the team. LGS, thank you very much for the $4.99. Says the real question is, will the Tampa gay yucks fans go back into hiding after Brady leaves? Keep that same energy, boys. Well, LGS can't say I agree with the Tampa gay yucks. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, got to show respect to the LGBT community out here. But nevertheless, you know, I understand what you're saying, man. You know, people frustrated about this. On the other hand, man, they did what they needed to do to make the Super Bowl. All I'm saying is I just think the Saints are better, and I stand by that. And I'm going to keep on saying that until I can't say it no more. Josh, thank you very much for the 999. Diehard fan, we've been so trash. We didn't have a wagon to drive. I found your channel this year, and I like what you do, so I subscribe. Keep it up. Still got to come talk my ish. We got bragging rights. Well, y'all definitely do have bragging rights right now. Can't knock you for that. And I appreciate you being here. I don't, that's just not the way I roll, man. You know, people want me to, you know, like I said, ban people and stuff like that, man. I just can't do it, you know. I mean, people just got that same level of enthusiasm for their teams. It's like we have. So, you know, no you ain't like super disrespectful with it, I ain't gonna get rid of you. You know, as long as you like just ain't mad disrespectful with it. You know, some people I did have to block before when I went back, you know, because sometimes I can't read like the all the comments. And sometimes I'll go back and look at my shows and look at some of the timelines and see some of the things that people have gotten blocked. You know, I don't like negative energy around me too much. You know, you got some people out here, you know, they can bring your energy down. And, you know, I try to rid myself of that type of stuff, you know. I don't even want to give people a chance to like even like get a rise out of me to a point where I get out of my position. You know what I'm saying? There was a time where I felt like I had to, you know what I'm saying? Like, and there was the time that I did. But now, if I see that and I just see, you know, I just wonder sometimes when people say things like, where did it come from? Like, is this like a legitimate criticism that you're trying to give me, or is the fact that you're trying to bring my confidence in myself down? And if you're trying to do that, then I don't want that type of space around me. So I get rid of it. Did we not just see what Sean Payton did this season? Man, I know we didn't win it all, but what other team could have went this far with all that adversity? Exactly. Anybody that's talking about Sean Payton need to go, once again, not a very smart take. Not very smart. Not very smart at all for you to do something or say something like that. I just feel like that guy's a great coach. I mean, for you to have, you know, all this type of stuff going on, you still win 12 games, you to still be there in the end, a couple games away from having a 1 seed after you went without your Hall of Fame quarterback, after you went after your, you know what I'm saying, your all-pro offensive player, your wide receiver. Like, Saints went through so much adversity this year. There's certain Bucs fans going to make you a rich man, TJ, with all those donations. Secure the bag, TJ Skrilla. Well, you know, I appreciate anybody that donate to the show, you know. But that's not the reason why, you know what I'm saying, I will, you know, ask them to stay or whatever, you know. Like, I mean, everybody, man, I'm not driven by donations and stuff, you know what I'm saying. Like, it helps the show. And, you know what I'm saying, it does, you know what I'm saying, help me. I'm not going to lie about that. But, you know what I'm saying, that's not my driving force. And, you know, I don't feel like that should be anybody's driving force. You know, if you're doing a podcast or you're doing something, like, you shouldn't be like, oh, man, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to make so much money. Like, you go into something like that, then you're going into it for all the wrong reasons. I just like doing what I'm doing. I appreciate people taking a hard-earned money to give me, you know what I'm saying, anything. You know what I'm saying, $1, $2.99. I appreciate that. So thank y'all. And thank y'all for even being here. For those that don't donate, I don't care. You know, like, I appreciate you all being here as well. I think the Saints next year will still be a playoff team, but I think at least for the next 3 to 4, the Super Bowl expectations got to be lowered. No, they shouldn't. You know, if you still got a good football coach, you still got your good core players. Why shouldn't you have Super Bowl aspirations? You know, I get what people saying, and I've heard you know, my good friend Mike Detillier talk about this. He was talking about how, you know, Saints fans are spoiled. You know, how, you know, most of people, you know what I'm saying, if you young, like if you like in your mid 20s, or if you're like, shouts out to Gary, if you're like 16, like Gary is, who called the show a couple of times, you know, you would know, you know, all you know is success from the Saints, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't know anything else. Like, when Jim Haslett was the head coach, or, you know what I'm saying, Jerry DiNardo, or you know what I'm saying, Mike Dicker, like, you wasn't even born yet, or you probably was crawling around on the floor somewhere looking at, you know what I'm saying, your dad or your mom lose their mind and wondering what the heck wrong with them, you know, like, but, you know, I have an appreciation, you know what I'm saying, for this coaching staff. I believe in them, you know, I believe in them. You have to protect your energy, TJ. You got vampires out here, fam. Yeah, man. Look, I definitely do that, man. Shouts out to Chosen, man. Chosen, me and him talked yesterday, man. We probably talked about an hour or something like that. Chosen, man, y'all know he be down in the chat. And you know what I'm saying? I was talking to him, and I told him, I said, you know, when you're trying to start something or build something, you might have a person out there that know that you're going to achieve great things. They can see the greatness in you. They can see the promise in you, and they still won't support you because they want to be that one person. They want to be that one person that stop you from reaching your full potential. In the back of their mind, if they feel like I'm not going to hit like, or because, you know what I'm saying, I ain't about to support this. They see you shining, and it hurts them to their core because they see the promise in you. They see the anointing in you. You know what I'm saying? They see it all on you. They know that you chosen. No pun intended. You know what I'm saying? But you know, like they just won't support you because they just feel like, well, you know what I'm saying? I'm not about to support that because they know you good. Understand that, folks. That's why, you know what I'm saying? Like I tell people all the time, I was one of those people. I was one of those people that look for validation, right? Videos that I'm doing, I'm looking down there, how many people watched it, how many people commented. It wasn't until I rid myself of that mind frame that I started feeling free. Because when you do stuff like that, you're telling people, you know what I'm saying? Like you're basically making people, what am I trying to say here? People are giving you your worth, right? You know what I'm saying? Like you're making people give you, you know what I'm saying, your value. If you was to ask yourself, like, how much are you worth? You'll say there's not an amount of money. There's not a possession that is worth more, right? So why is it that we're looking down at screens with likes and comments? Why is it that we're discouraged when we have a passion to do something and we're not an overnight success? Don't hit your wagon to validation because, like I said, people will see greatness in you and they will want to be that one person that stops you from reaching your full potential. Stop, you know, so rid yourself of those people. Like, seriously, if a person is not supporting you, is not showing you the type of love and only around when, you know, when everybody's coming at you, right? And I noticed that, you know, there's some people that if I say like a controversial take and maybe the majority of people would say, oh man, you crazy, TJ, you know what I'm saying? You tripping. And then all of a sudden you'll see them same little people, you know what I'm saying, that come through. But when you have like accomplishments, like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, there was a great show today and everybody's talking about how great the show is. They're nowhere to be found. Some people will be a front row center to your execution. You know what I'm saying? But they won't be there to congratulate you in the front row. You know what I'm saying? There'll be nowhere to be found. Keep that in mind. You know, just want to let everybody know that. James Jones, he'll go back to hiding when the Bucks lose. What talking about? Who we talking about? You talking about the wide receiver, James Jones? Superstar says, "What's good, TJ?" Y'all said Slant Boy, first game of career, 0 catches, clamps, boy. And also, you got to remember, Josh, 2 surgeries that he got to get to, man. Wide receivers always playing the diva. It would be refreshing to see them just play the game. Well, why is the guy a diva? You know what I'm saying? Like, why is he a diva? Let's see, that's the thing. Like, offensive linemen get mad, won't fight, no problem. Running backs want to fight, no problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, wide receivers, they got this stigma of being divas because of people like Steve Smith Sr. and T.O. and Chad Ochocinco, Chad Johnson, you know what I'm saying? Like, they have this stigma, right, because of those guys. If these guys speak their minds, they're divas. But you have other people around here like Jason Kelsey, who was an offensive lineman. He speak his mind, he get applauded. J.J. Watt speak his mind about the direction of the Houston Texans, and he get applauded. Michael Thomas says what everybody in the Who Dat Nation mostly say, and all of a sudden he's a diva. There's something wrong with that mind frame. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes we have to ask ourselves, why? Why do we think the way that we do? Like, is it something that was programmed inside of us, or are we really looking at this objectively? Because there's a lot of great players out there, man, who speak their mind about their organization, and people would say that they're throwing their organization under the bus. But we'll say we'll applaud and we'll clap for that person because we will feel like they stood up for themselves and they speaking the truth. But when it's against our own best interests, and we love ourselves some Drew Brees, don't we? We love him. We love Drew Brees, right? So he's talking about somebody that we love and admire. So he's a bad guy. Now we got to keep that. We got to keep it consistent here, folks. Hey, Lattimore owns Evans. That's okay. Tom Brady's slant boy got clamped. I don't understand the whole slant boy concept. How is it that we can sit up here and say that Drew Brees can't really throw the ball over anybody's heads? But we talk about Michael Thomas running slant routes. So that means if he wasn't running slant routes, that means he'll never get the ball, right? Because most of the passes are like close to the line of scrimmage. You know what I'm saying? Like 10 within 10 yards. So how can we sit up here and say that? And I would encourage anybody to go back and look at Michael Thomas when he first got to the National Football League. This guy was catching balls down the field, deep posts. He was, you know what I'm saying, taking the top off. You know what I'm saying? The defense, you know what I'm saying? When Drew Brees was actually throwing the ball over people's heads. So maybe he's running slant routes because that's the, you know, first off, that, you know what I'm saying, I don't have a problem with that. If you're calling a guy a slant boy, right? If he's known for running slants and yet this man still get production, I mean, that just shows you how great he is. So I would actually take that as a badge of honor. Like, all you do is run slants. Well, stop me from running slants, and I won't have to run slants. But if I'm having about 12 catches, 120 yards, and all I ran was slants, and your best cornerback can't stop me, what that say about your squad? That's all I'm saying. You know? But we'll see, man. We'll see. When the Saints get a quarterback that can make all the throws, you know, now, you know, a younger guy who can, you know what I'm saying, go out there, throw the ball down the field. We'll see what he can do then. Then I feel like you can't just judge a guy because I feel like that's not fair to him. That's not fair. You know what I'm saying? How can we sit up here and have an understanding about Drew Brees, but we clown Michael Thomas for, you know, for that? I mean, basically, if he is running slants, it's based off Drew Brees' limitations. So that's the way I see it. Michael Thomas can do it all in the slot or deep. He isn't one-dimensional. Yeah, but like I said, DLP, if you have a quarterback that is limited, what else is he supposed to do? What is he supposed to run? Okay, James Jones. Hey, TJ, who will our secondary coach be now since Glenn gone? That's a good question. I'm not sure who our secondary coach would be. I don't know if the Saints gonna hire from within. I don't know if they're gonna move up the coach that they got from Maryland. I can't think his name. His name escapes me. So I don't know if they want to move him into that position or the Saints want to go out here and get someone else. You know, I would try to get Chris Richard on my staff. I don't know if, you know, I don't understand it. Like, I really don't. You know what I'm saying? Chris Richard would be on my list. It's sad that this guy hasn't got no phone calls or I haven't heard anything about Chris Richard. This guy hasn't gotten any opportunities to be a coordinator. I mean, unless something happened within the last 24 hours. But Chris Richard would be on my list. You know, the fact that he ain't getting no calls about DCs or anything like that and wasn't in the league at all last year, which was mind-boggling. I would actually call him up to see, because this is what I would do. You know, I would definitely put Chris Richard on my staff, because the way things are going, if the Saints have another decent defense or above average defense like they did last year, I can see Dennis Allen leaving, coaching some other team. So I feel like if Dennis Allen was to leave, you can easily put Chris Richard in his place, and I think that you will actually get production. You'll get yourself a young, innovative defensive coordinator, and you know, you'll have him on the staff. Because I feel like nobody really, you know what I'm saying, calling for Chris Richard. So I'm pretty sure if you reach out to him, maybe he'll want to coach special teams. You know, he's been out the league. So that would be my first choice. You're a good coach. Owen, thank you very much for the $2. Says Seahawks fans here. Love your show, man. Yeah, man. Shouts out to the Seattle Seahawks, man. Like, everybody know, you know, Russell Wilson is one of my favorite quarterbacks in the league. This guy is incredible. You know, I love seeing the Seahawks play. Love rooting for Russell Wilson, man. Good quarterback. Good human being overall, you know. And I appreciate you being here, Owen. Thank you so much, man. I'm going to read a few more, then we're going to get up out of here. DLP said Chris Richard. Yep, that's definitely who I would select. That would be my number one choice. I just don't understand why that guy ain't in the league on somebody coaching staff. I mean, what the heck going on here? King Arthur said, TJ, all these slant boy comments are coming from people who have never played receiver. If they did, they'll know a slant is the hardest route to run because of the the corner's advantage of being up close. Yeah, basically, it's a hard route to run. You're getting jammed up. You know what I'm saying? You basically have to use your feet and your hands, and you know what I'm saying, and your strength. You know what I'm saying, in order to get separation. So, system receiver, I disagree with that. And you know, I don't think he's a system receiver at all. You know, I think that he would thrive in no matter where he goes. You good, you know what I'm saying? Like, this not like, okay, we want you to run a streak route. If you want to talk about a system receiver, I would say Deontay Harris at this point was a system receiver. Traquan Smith is a system receiver. If you want to go a little further back, Joseph Morgan was a system receiver. Devery Henderson was a system receiver. Robert Meacham was a system receiver. You can't say that about a guy who led the league in receptions, yards. You know what I'm saying? You can't say that about a guy like that. You know, you can even argue to say that Marcus Colston was a system receiver. You know, but I wouldn't put Michael Thomas in that category. I just wouldn't. I think that he's not a system receiver. I think he would be doing this no matter who he played for. Damian says Y2J on the next episode, TJ. I'm gonna say the Y2J. This one right here, man, is gonna be a little controversial. This is gonna be a controversial episode. I'm gonna go ahead and release it since Damian said this. Episode 5 of TJ Knows Wrestling. We're gonna be focusing on Chris Benoit. Yeah, that's right. We're gonna be focusing on Chris Benoit on this episode, man. We're gonna be talking about Chris Benoit. Everybody know he's a controversial figure, but nevertheless, man, he was one of the best technical wrestlers in the world. So we're gonna be focusing on Chris Benoit, man, on this episode, and you know, answering a few questions about him, and you know, I'm gonna be giving my thoughts about how I feel about him overall. So if you're a wrestling fan, episode 5 gonna be about the Canadian crippler Chris Benoit. TJ Knows Wrestling Podcast. Y'all check it out, man. Y'all subscribe for all my wrestling fans out there. Damn, you're still running your mouth. And let's see. I don't think that was for me. That was awkward. Trevor says, "What's going on, TJ? It's your boy Trevor the Great. What's been up with Cam Jordan this season? I don't know, man. I couldn't tell you. I mean, he a little older, a little slower, or maybe he was dealing with something. We don't know." Professor says, "TJ, you don't have to explain nothing to Bucks fans when Evan been on lock since 2018, and he stay crying, old soft little boy. Mike gonna ball out, and next year he like this heat." Yeah, man. Look, it was funny. Like in the divisional round, he finally caught a touchdown on Marshawn Lattimore. He up there like he won the Super Bowl. I'm like, man, that 3-yard touchdown and didn't catch nothing else after that. To say that Marshawn Lattimore gets the best of that matchup, and I think that it wouldn't even be that way if it didn't happen. What didn't happen back in 2017? The fact that I think I had it crazy enough, it was because of Jameis Winston. Jameis Winston pokes Marshawn Lattimore in the back of the head. You know what I'm saying? Marshawn Lattimore turns around to retaliate, and Mike Evans just comes in and blasts him. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was dangerous, though. Like, he could have easily, like, seriously injured that dude. So I think he take it personal, man. I think he talk about taking bread out of dude's mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like, you taking bread out of my mouth. You messing with my livelihood, hitting me like that. Damian, thank you very much, man, for the $49.99. Says, "Us Saints fans appreciate the show. It's still Who Dat Nation up on here." Man, thank you so much, man, for the $49.99. Thank you so much, man. Thank you for donating. And, man, I appreciate y'all too, man. I thank y'all for bearing with me, you know what I'm saying, supporting me, helping me, helping me make the show a success. And I really enjoy doing it. No doubt about it, man. I really do appreciate it. Elmo says, how many wins Buccaneers have overall out of every team in the NFL? Well, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. All I know is these dudes in the Super Bowl can't knock them for that. All right, but at the same time, I stand by my statement. I'm gonna sit in the Super Bowl, but I still think the Saints were better. But at this particular point, it's pretty much pointless even to say. All these Bucs fans cheering that they finally beat a 42-year-old quarterback with every injury in the book and a top-tier receiver who is getting 2 all-season surgeries. Keep that same energy, Bucs. Like I said, they just caught the Saints at the right time, you know. I said, man, I can't knock them. You know what I'm saying? Like, they did what they needed to do to get where they needed to be. All right. Controversy or not, you know what I'm saying? They did what they needed to do. They made the plays. Keenan, thank you very much for the $5. Says, honestly, TJ, Tampa could do nothing with our defense when having to go 60-plus yards for a drive. We gave the game away with turnovers and penalties. Yep, and short field position. Short field position was key in this game, Keenan. Thank you very much for the $5, man. Casey says, TJ, you know you're doing something right when people get bummed when you close out the show. Casey, hey, man, I can do this. You know, I can do this all day, man. But look, I got, it's 3:27 right as of right now here in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and I got to go pick Paxton up from daycare. Okay, and so, you know, I gotta attend to my fatherly duties. You know what I'm saying, taking care of the Packy man, and so that's the reason why, man. I definitely can do this all day. I enjoy it. I enjoy the commentary, man. I enjoy the commentary. I'm a Denver Broncos fan, to be honest. T-Time, I appreciate it. Look at this, man. We got Bronco fans in here. We got Seahawk fans. Wow. Bucks fans. Falcon fans. Wow. It's crazy, man. You know, to have these different fan bases in there. I appreciate this. Thank y'all. All right. You know, this is a sports podcast focused on the Saints, but we definitely interact. You know, we talk about Saints football. We talk, we might have a topic that we start off with. The chat takes on a life of its own, So if you have questions about your team, feel free to comment, ask the question. I'm pretty well-rounded, when it comes to like other NFL teams as well. And you can also check out the State of the Game podcast as well when we do talk about other sports, okay? So I think we need to go ahead and talk about what the heck going on with the Pelicans. My goodness, what is going on, man? Stan Van Gundy, get it together, my friend. Too much talent on that squad. Jump Tube says, Bucco's locker room. Yeah, I know Bucco's, man. I was supposed to be on the show. I told him that I was going to call in. Man, I was working at night. I hope you don't think I'm avoiding him because, the Saints lost. I don't want him to think that. I really don't, man. He does an outstanding job over there. And a lot of people say that, like he, from what I see, he's a very objective Bucs fan. So, I can have an appreciation for this guy being happy that his team won. I have an appreciation for people that can criticize their team, and still have love for him. So, yeah, I definitely know who he is. He does a great job. TJ, would you resign Jared Cook? Nah. Nah, sir. No, not at all. Old dude from Team Keep It Clean from Baltimore being showing us Saints fan love too. Yeah, man. I mean, like I said, Bucs fans. We have some Eagle fans in here. Like Denver Bronco fans, Detroit Lion fan was on the show on the last time. I mean, maybe because we were talking about Matthew Stafford, but he said he subscribed. So I mean, this is pretty dope stuff here, man. That you can be focused on your hometown team, which I'm originally from New Orleans, and we can still have people that come in from other teams and still enjoy the content. So that part right there is that makes this show even more great doing. You know what I'm saying? Like it makes it much better, that we have other people that come in and join in. And I appreciate that. One of them does don't know his name. Team, keep it clean. That boy blocked me. Who blocked you, man? Who blocked you? Let's see. Who went in the Super Bowl? I think, man, look, it only surprised me if Tampa win. Okay. I don't have a dog in the fight. No pun intended. No disrespect to all my Peter people out there, but no, I don't. I really don't. I don't know, but I do have a feeling that the Bucks gonna end up winning. Owen, thank you very much. Says if money wasn't an issue, who would you want the next Saints quarterback to be, rather in the league or in the draft? Let's see. Who would I want to be the Saints' next quarterback? If I had a choice, Trevor Lawrence. Out of everybody, I would pick Trevor Lawrence. I would pick Trevor Lawrence because Trevor Lawrence gives you longevity. You know what I'm saying? Trevor Lawrence can grow into being an elite quarterback. Notice I didn't say Matthew Stafford, who I really love, Aaron Rodgers, who I really appreciate. But look, I'm talking about team building. You know what I'm saying? I look at it from a team building standpoint. And any one of those guys, I mean, how much success are you actually going to get, right? You know what I'm saying? Who are you going to get, right? Like if you get Aaron Rodgers, Aaron Rodgers going to be about 37 at the beginning of next season. So what you going to get about 3 or 4 years of production out of him? Matthew Stafford, you know what I'm saying? He's 33. So who knows how long he's going to play? You might get about 6 or 7 years. But if you get somebody like Trevor Lawrence, you're looking at about 15, 16 years of production here. You know what I'm saying? And, I just think that you can actually, build around it. So I'm looking at it from a team building standpoint, not so much about a win now standpoint, because if he has all the tools like everybody's saying that he does, then, the proof is going to be in the pudding. So I will roll with Trevor Lawrence. But if I would just, if I didn't look at a young guy, then I would have to choose Aaron Rodgers. I would choose Aaron Rodgers over Matthew Stafford, even though I like Matthew Stafford a lot. We'll take 2 more. Miles says, no WTF. I've been here as a Saints fan all season long and my whole life. Well, glad to know that you're a Saints fan. Glad to know that. Damian says the Pelican really lacking on guard play. Oh my goodness, man. What's going on with Lonzo this year, man? What's going on with him? I don't know. Need him to play better. I don't know, man. Maybe it's taking Stan Van Gundy a while for his system to develop. Stan Van Gundy usually does really good at building teams and doing more with less. I never forget when he brought the Orlando Magic to the NBA Finals. It was just Dwight Howard and a bunch of different characters. I mean, what you had Jameer Nelson out there. You had Asian Hedo Turkoglu. You know what I'm saying? Like, who else you had? What's your boy name? Rashard Lewis. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was, they was basically out there with some role players, and they went to the NBA Finals. So I think he can get it done. But, I think he's better than Alvin Gentry, I can tell you that. I just think that, I don't know. I got to see more. I don't want to end with a Pelican question, man. That's depressing me, man. Somebody leave us with some heat. Somebody give me a good question, all right? I don't want to talk about the Pelicans depressing me right now. Let's see. Stafford is so overrated. I so hope we pass on him and let Winston take over the team. I don't think he's overrated, Tragic. I don't think he's overrated. I just think that he was in a system. that wasn't good. I mean, come on, man. Like, why are we acting like the Detroit Lions have not been a football purgatory over the past 25 years? Barry Sanders decided to retire early. Megatron decided to retire early. And, they have absolutely no identity, man. Like, it's like the Ford family just be looking at TV and they're like, oh, the Patriots won a Super Bowl. That's what we need. We need to be the Patriots. And all of a sudden that don't work. Now it seems like, oh, well, now they trying to be the Saints. They got Saints coaches and, now they trying to bring a Saints mind frame up there. I'm like, come on, man, what is we doing here? Have your own identity. And I just feel like when teams don't have their own identity, it's just a recipe for disaster. And, I just think that guy just needs a change of scenery. Guy needs, somewhere he can have an opportunity to win. Like, seriously, man. Like, I think the biggest Detroit Lions fan would tell you, like, it go into the season with very low expectations. Anything over eight wins is is a winning season to them. And that's not the kind of culture you want to have. Like I said, we take things for granted because we have these prediction shows at the beginning of the season. We like, the Saints going to go 11-5, or the Saints going to go 12-4, or 13-3. We take that for granted. All teams don't really have those type of expectations. And the Detroit Lions, they have not. So I never understood that, man. Like, I look at people like Matthew Stafford, Alex Smith, like guys that had like all the tools to be successful NFL quarterbacks, but they just been playing behind the 8-ball. And now these guys look over, look back, and they on the other side of 30, and you wonder what was your youth? Like, where did all the time go? So I just think I want to see Matthew Stafford on a winning team. That's what I want to see. And then we can criticize him accordingly. If he's on a team where all the pieces are in place, let's just say, for example, if he ended up going to the Colts, right? Colts, good playoff team, young, scrappy team, good running game, solid defense, and he goes out there. Let's see what he can do in an environment like that versus an environment where the Detroit Lions, like, come on, man. And CT Crusher, thank you very much for the $2. Says, crush that like for a big homie. And I appreciate that, man. Thank you for the $2. Make sure y'all hit the like button, like and share these videos, man. This has been the State of the Saints podcast. Thank you so much for checking out the State of the Saints podcast. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, youtube.com. Search The State of the Saints podcast. Also, facebook.com. Search The State of the Saints podcast. And check out all the other podcasts, man. TJ Knows Wrestling podcast that's available on YouTube. The State of the Game podcast that's available on YouTube. And also follow those Facebook pages as well. There's a Facebook page for TJ Knows Wrestling podcast as well as the State of the Game. And also previous episodes are available on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Anchor FM. Thank you all so much. Keep those topics coming, man. Thank y'all so much, man. Shouts out to Kim. Shouts out to Casey. Shouts out to Chemo. Chosen. Man, so many people consistently send me stuff, man. They always constantly sending me topics and questions that they want to talk about on the show. Different things that how they feel. Man, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate you all for investing in me. I really do. Like, for you all to send me questions and take time out your day to express how you feel, and also, like, want to hear my perspective on certain topics that you find interesting. I appreciate that. And sometimes, I won't have an opportunity to reply, but I do check them out, and I do read them, man. So keep the topics coming. A lot of you play a very important role in some of the topics that I select for the show. So keep them coming, man. Inbox me, facebook.com, search The State of the Saints podcast, stateofthesaints@gmail.com. You can follow me on Twitter at State of Saints. Keep them coming, man. I really do appreciate it. You all have a great and productive evening, morning, night, whenever you're watching this podcast. And like always, all I got to say is, who dat?